Okay, so you've been working with methods for ever since you started programming. We just haven't really talked much about it. Well, some of you more than others, but every single person's been working with a main method. So in all of our programs, we've had this public static void main string args, and people have asked, what does that mean? And I kept saying, well, we'll learn more about that when we talk about methods. So this is the main method. It's the only time that the name of a method actually matters. It has to be called main with a small m because your program's going to look for that. And it's the very first thing that your program looks for. So this is where your program will start no matter where it lies within your whole program. So if you look here, my program starts way up here. It's called quadratic. And then I have some other stuff in there. Way down here I start main, but that's the first thing my program's going to look at. So main, at first, this program looks just like any other program that you've done. I have some variable declarations. I have a while loop. And then some of you noticed that I was using the scanner last time just to show you how you can get people to enter more than one value into a single input box. And down here, I noticed that I have, this is kind of new looking code. So in my program, I have my variable det making a call to this method called determinant. And it's taking three numbers with it, num1, num2, and num3, which I got up here and parsed if I could. So let's go look and see what that determinant function does. So I see here I have our method. I have the name of the method is determinant, and it takes three integers. And then it returns another integer. So I notice that I have, or double, I'm sorry, it returns a double. So it's taking the three integers and it's returning a double value. Now I'll go up to my top of my program here, and I see I have this tiny little method in here called determinant. So here's the name of the method. And I called it determinant. I could have called it anything I wanted to. That's like a variable. But notice how it takes in three integers. And down in my program where I sent it, I was sending num1, num2, and num3. And here I'm renaming them A, B, and C. This is the return value. So it's going to return an integer, which I just noticed it should be returning a double because det is a double. And it's going to be public, so anybody can use it within this program. And all this does is it simply returns whatever the second number sent to it times itself minus 4 times the first number times the last number, which is the determinant. So that's all it's going to do. It's going to come down here and it's going to place that value into det. Now, the next time I make a call to a method is here in toString. So I see I have, depending on what the determinant is, I have this string called output sitting there waiting for a string to be sent to it. And then I make a call to this method called toString, and I send it 4 integer values. So here's where I'm making a call to toString. So you go up here, and I see that toString is the name of one of my methods. Now notice whenever I write a method, I give its name, toString, and the parameters sent to it. So it's got to have integer values sent to it, and there's 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then its return value, if it's going to return anything. In this case, I see it returns a string, because this is where the return value is. And at the very end, I am returning a string. So that's basically how methods work. And if they are returning a void, that just means nothing's going to be returned to the program. Otherwise, you put in the return value, and you can see the document that I gave you for the general outline of how that looks. So good luck with that, and see the next video about classes to get more information.